Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's interesting topic is external carotid artery. If you're new to my channel, kindly consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to press the thumbs up button at the end of this video if you like this video. So coming back to the topic, external carotid artery. In the head and neck region, there is a major arterial system called as carotid arterial system, which includes the common carotid artery, the internal carotid artery and the external carotid artery. So this carotid, the word carotid is derived from a Latin word. Carotid means sleep, meaning if you massage this carotid vessel, the person will get sleep. Okay, if you give massage to both the arteries at the same time, then permanent sleep will be there. Don't do that. Okay, so this carotid arterial system, this common carotid artery is a branch of brachiocephalic trunk on the right side and direct branch of arch of aorta on the left side. Common carotid artery ascends vertically upwards. Before it terminates into internal and external carotid artery, it forms a dilatation. It is called as carotid sinus. This acts like a baroreceptor or a pressure receptor, in which changes in the pressure will be sensed by this carotid sinus. It is connected to the brainstem via 9th cranial nerve, it is glossopharyngeal nerve. So this common carotid artery, which forms carotid sinus, ultimately divides into two arteries: internal carotid artery, which supplies the inside of the head and neck, that is mainly the brain; external carotid artery, which means external aspect of the head and neck, that is outside the brain, that is the face and the neck region it will supply. So external carotid artery is one of the branch of common carotid artery at the level of upper border of thyroid cartilage. So that is the origin of external carotid artery. The external carotid artery gives numerous branches in the head and neck region, whereas internal carotid artery does not give any branch in the neck. After entering the skull, it will give branches, especially the cerebral arteries, anterior cerebral and middle cerebral arteries supplying the brain. Coming back to external carotid artery, origin, just now I told you, it takes origin from the common carotid artery. It pierces the carotid sheath, then with a slightly curved course, that is italicate F shape or an S shaped course, it will terminate at the level of neck of mandible. Here in the upper part, it travels within the parotid gland and terminates at the level of neck of mandible into two major arteries. This artery running on the upper jaw is called as maxillary artery. It gives only 15 branches, okay, on the maxilla or the upper jaw. So therefore it's called maxillary artery. The other artery supplies the temporal area, the temple area, therefore it's called superficial temporal artery. Some of the wrestlers, when they become angry, one artery becomes prominent on their scalp, just in front of their ear, that is superficial temporal artery. This is splitting into two branches, anterior and posterior branch. So these are the two terminal branches: maxillary artery, superficial temporal artery. So origin at the level of upper border of thyroid cartilage, termination at the level of neck of mandible. It takes origin from common carotid artery. It terminates into maxillary and superficial temporal artery. Coming to the branches of the external carotid artery, altogether it gives 8 branches. Out of this, already you saw the maxillary artery and the superficial temporal artery. So 2 branches are over. They are called as terminal branches. The first branch of the external carotid artery ascends upwards on the pharynx and supplies the pharynx. It's called APA, ascending pharyngeal artery. Okay, this is the only branch which comes from the medial surface of external carotid artery. That is called as ascending pharyngeal artery. Then 3 branches come from the anterior aspect of the external carotid artery to supply the anterior structure, that is the thyroid gland, the tongue and the face. Okay, so the first branch from anterior aspect is this. It's supplying the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, it's an endocrine gland. Okay, it is supplying the thyroid gland from above. So what will you call? Superficial thyroid artery. The second branch arises, so this superior thyroid artery arises just below the greater corner of the hyoid bone. The lingual artery arises opposite to the greater corner of the hyoid bone. Then makes an upward convexity, then it goes into the substance of the tongue. So when you stretch the tongue out and pull it in, there won't be any rupture of the artery. Therefore, it is tortuous like this. Okay, that is lingual artery. The third branch which is coming from the anterior aspect is this facial artery. Facial artery first goes over the submandibular region on the digastric triangle, then enters the face tortuously. You do various facial expressions. You open your jaw and close. The facial artery will not rupture because it is highly tortuous. You can see that here. It ends at the medial angle of the eye by becoming angular artery. So the three branches arising from the anterior surface of the external carotid artery are superior thyroid artery supplying the thyroid gland, lingual artery supplying the tongue, facial artery supplying the face. So how to remember this? It's very simple. All these structures, this thyroid gland, this tongue and the face are anterior to your neck, right? So they should be anterior branches. Okay. How to remember the level? You just have to remember lingual artery arises at the level of greater corona of hyoid bone. If you remember that, just below the greater corona of hyoid bone, just below the lingual artery, what is this? Superior thyroid artery. Just above the tip of the greater corona of hyoid bone, you can see facial artery. So that is a landmark to identify where these branches are coming from. Then the same external carotid artery gives two posterior branches. It's extremely simple actually. So this is one of the posterior branch. You can see it's exactly opposite of facial artery. It goes onto this area of the scalp. This posterior surface of your skull, this is the entire skull, posterior surface of skull is called which bone? It's an occipital bone. So therefore this artery is called as occipital artery. It supplies the scalp. Then one more artery is there. This artery. It just goes behind the auricle. So what can we call behind the auricle? Posterior auricular artery. This also supplies scalp. It is just going behind the auricle, therefore it's called posterior auricular artery. Okay, got this? The terminal branches are at the level of, after the giving posterior auricular artery, the external carotid is within the parotid gland, salivary gland. There it gives glandular branches for the parotid gland. Afterwards, it divides into two branches. One branch runs on the maxilla, so it's called maxillary artery. It has got three parts of the maxillary artery. It gives totally 15 branches, 15 to 16 branches. Then the other branch runs upwards in the superficial area of the temporal region. So therefore it's called superficial temporal artery. These two are called the terminal branches of the external carotid artery. So in summary, the branches of the external carotid are the medial branch, which is the ascending pharyngeal artery, the anterior branches, which is the superior thyroid artery supplying thyroid gland, lingual artery supplying the tongue, facial artery supplying the face. These three are anterior branches. Then the two posterior branches are the occipital artery supplying the occipital area, the posterior auricular artery supplying the scalp, and these are the two posterior branches. And the two terminal branches are maxillary artery and the superficial temporal artery. Totally there are 8 branches. Let us count. Ascending pharyngeal, 1. Superior thyroid, 2. Lingual, 3rd. Facial artery, 4th branch. Occipital artery, 5th. Posterior auricular artery, 6th. Maxillary artery, 7. Superficial temporal artery is the 8th branch. So this is in detail about the external carotid artery. It is called so because it supplies the outer aspect of the head and neck region. In this same area, you can just consider the neck. Lower half, the artery is only one, that is common carotid artery. Upper half, there are two types of artery. One artery which doesn't give any branches, it's internal carotid artery, because it has to give branch inside of the head and neck, near the brain. Okay. The other one which gives numerous branches is external carotid artery. That is the easiest way to identify in dissection. Lower half of the neck, it's common carotid. Upper half of the neck, it can be external carotid or internal carotid. The one which gives branches is external carotid. The one which doesn't is internal carotid artery. This is a summary of external carotid artery and its branches. Okay, got this? So kindly subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the thumbs up button. And thanks for learning external carotid artery from Logic Medico. Thank you once again. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Thank you once again.